Hey Ted, we're here at the Sanders firm. I'm here to our viewers with Ted Goralski, and you're live on Twitter, so welcome.
Good morning.
Just give us a little introduction about yourself before we get into areas of malpractice.
Hi, my name's Ted Goralski. I'm an attorney here at the Sanders firm. I've been handling medical malpractice, nursing home negligence cases for about 25 years now.
Just a little bit of time. So what kind of cases do you get involved with, Ted?
Well, we handle here medical malpractice and nursing home negligence cases, which are bed sores that people get in nursing homes. Sometimes there are falls. We also see cases involving abuse.
What kind of abuse would you typically see?
Typically, the cases are mishandling, injuries that result from rough handling, things like that.
Is there a particular group or age that you primarily see? I mean, it's nursing home typically, or hospital stay?
The nursing home population generally is elderly people, but it can be just about anybody who goes into rehab following somebody breaks a hip and goes into for a period of rehab. Sometimes can get hurt.
Now, I know you have some cases that have involved bed sores, and we actually had a viewer ask a question about her mom developing bed sores. First, she wanted to know, she believes they're bed sores. What do they look like? What does that mean, and how does she proceed?
Well, bed sores typically develop on pressure areas. Sometimes the sacrum, which is the area of the buttocks. Sometimes it's the heels. And they start out as a redness. There are actually stages, 1 through 4, going all the way up to what really looks like a terrible hole in somebody's body.
Wow. So if you're examining someone, a loved one in a nursing home, and they see first just sores or just red marks, what does it really typically look like?
They'll first see them as red marks, and then they'll look like wounds,
right?
That typically get blackened. Sometimes they develop a scab. Sometimes they're just too big to even have a scab.
And at what point is it considered negligence? How far can that go?
Well, generally, when it's just red and cracked skin, that's something that is being treated and doesn't really result in something that we can recover for a lawsuit. But once it's, they call them stage 3 and stage 4, where the skin is broken and the skin starts to die.
Wow.
That's something that we can start a lawsuit and recover.
Do you actually see cases like that today?
We see more than there should be. Too many nursing homes don't properly prevent these bed sores. There are many things to do to prevent them. And the government actually protects people and calls them never events. The bed sores are not supposed to happen.
Sure. What are some of the things that your hospital or nursing home should be doing to prevent bed sores?
That's a good question. There are skin barriers such as creams that are supposed to be in use. One of the most important things is that for people who are not mobile, they should be being turned in bed every 2 hours. So they shouldn't be in the same position for too long.
Wow. Is that something that if you see your hospital not doing, that you can do on your own, or really shouldn't interfere?
You can. The problem is for families that are relying on the nursing home for care.
Yeah, far away.
That's something that needs to be done 24 hours.
Right. So I was wondering, Ted, what kind of interesting cases, I mean, obviously bed sores is of great concern. However, there are other interesting cases that you've been involved with as an attorney, and hopefully some of our viewers have some questions directly for you right now. But can you give me some insight on some interesting cases that you've had?
Well, here at the Sanders firm, we handle all types of medical malpractice cases. Just recently, I was able to obtain a settlement for a client of ours who had gone into her gynecologist for a procedure. It was an in-office procedure. Unfortunately, she was given pain medication beforehand. On top of that, the anesthetics that she gave ended up putting her into too deep a sedation.
Wow.
She ended up not being able to breathe.
Wow.
They had to call an ambulance.
Wow.
Brought her to the hospital. Hospital was able to recover her breathing, but she ended up with some brain injuries. She has memory deficits now.
Wow, that's horrible, and that really could happen to anybody. You're just going in for a regular in-house procedure, and she ends up having a brain injury.
It's one of the scary things about medical care is you want to make sure that your medical team is communicating with each other.
Right.
That was the problem in that case, was that the person who gave the pain medication didn't tell the anesthesiologist that it had been given.
Oh, gosh. We had a question from Catherine, and she asked if that case went to trial. Does it get that far?
That case didn't go to trial. We were able to settle before trial. Very often the insurance companies for the doctors and hospitals don't want to take that risk of going to trial.
Right.
And we're able to resolve the cases without taking that risk.
Thank you so much, Ted. If people want to get in touch with you to speak about medical malpractice, nursing home negligence, and you also are involved in trials, you're obviously a trial attorney, and in slip and fall accidents as well, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, they can call here at the Sanders firm, 516-741-5252. Can ask for me directly, Ted Goralski, or speak to one of our other team members.
That's great. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, if anybody has any questions directly, please feel free to reach out to Ted. Thanks, Ted.
Thank you.